Hello. Good morning, everybody. How are you? I hope you had a very nice holiday. I know I did. Um, yeah, good food, family. It's always a good way to spend time. Playing games, you know, all that fun stuff. And, of course, all the leftovers. So, got a lot of gravy, which goes on all sorts of stuff. Anyway, I don't want to think about food too much right now. Because I did have breakfast, but I want to use a little bit more Thanksgiving stuff. But anyway, our class this morning is on. It's again, I just think we need to stay updated on where we're at COVID wise. Sorry about the noise. It is garbage day. Um, but so there was a piece in Time magazine, reputable, um, basically saying that there is a fifth wave of coronavirus cases coming. So it's a good thing to find out about. Now I've read part of the article, but then I also figured I like the element of surprise, so I didn't read the entire thing. And since it's Time, I'm going to trust what they say because they actually do their research. It's not like other less reputable or, it's not like the Inquirer or other news sources that aren't so reliable and don't really fact check. You can go through like Snopes to really see if this works, but, Time Magazine tries to make sure that they're pretty much on top of everything. So, here we go. Let's find out if the fifth wave is coming, because with the holidays, it really does kind of let us know where we're at currently. And this came out it came out this month. So, and this was before Thanksgiving. So I tried to find something for after, but they haven't updated numbers quite yet. I will look into the CDC and see if I can find more information on that. But it does say new confirmed cases of COVID-19 are once again rising across a broad region of the United States, and what could be an early indication of a fifth wave of infections and related deaths, sadly. So the timing is particularly inopportune. It's always inopportune for hospitalizations or deaths, but people are preparing to gather for Thanksgiving. So we've already gathered for Thanksgiving, and the fact that there are already rises in cases is not the best. So while the insurgent environment never strikes everywhere at once, the holidays do. That is very true. Like the early days of the second, third, and fourth waves, the abrupt flatlining of our decline in cases is not a good omen when it lasts more than a week. And 5 of the past 7 days, the weekly rolling average of new cases, which is reasonably resistant to daily fluctuations in reporting, has been higher than the day before. So basically what they're saying is that over the last days leading up to Thanksgiving, each day cases were rising. And it's because, people are preparing, they're going out shopping, things like that. And now people not have only done the shopping, but gotten together and started really, joining larger gatherings. My Thanksgiving was a much smaller gathering, so not as affected. This trademark flattening of the curve after an extended decline in the pandemic's perpetual 2-month cycle typically foretells a spike. The unwelcome reversal comes just 16 days after cases dip below the level we saw at this time last year, when the pandemic's devastating third wave was already well on its way. So it's still not as bad as it was last year, but it is a sign saying that things are kind of going up. which typically lag about 2 weeks behind cases. So deaths, meanwhile, which typically lag about 2 weeks behind cases, remain slightly above their 2020 year-over-year counterparts. So there's a diagram here. Again, they're showing 2020 and 2021. Ooh. So January was particularly bad in 2021. April through July, much better in 2021. But then October, we hit another spike, which was unfortunately higher. Now it moves on to, I don't know if you can even see it, but you can see that it's moving on to November, but it doesn't have what 2021 has yet because the month is not over. So the strongest hope is this could be a false alarm, and as always, people hope that they're wrong when it comes to it. Is that the current clip could be the last gasp of the fourth wave, not the introduction of the next one. So that's what we're hoping for. That this is just the end of the fourth wave. So we've had 4 waves, but is there going to be a 5th? We're not sure. Over the summer, cases blossomed across both the south and upper northwest, which that's us, is the northwest. So that's not good. Often leading to infections and mortalities that met or outstripped January's catastrophic figures. Yeah, it was really bad in January, if you saw the scale. Or in the case of New Hampshire and Vermont, reached an all-time high in the past week. So that's bad for those states. You know, what happens is a lot of times people become complacent and they think, well, our numbers have been very good, so this can't be too bad. Well, so the ever-undulating COVID-19 belt currently stretches from Maine to Minnesota and all the way to Arizona, while regions posted record figures in August and September remain comparatively dormant. So that's a good thing. And, you know, it's good to see in California that well, let's see. Let's tap on California. It says you can tap on it. And California is in a good spot right now in terms of it being in the green. I don't know if you can see that, but I clicked on it, and these are the scales. So we're still in a we're like 3rd from the best in terms of our numbers. Where it looks bad is in Massachusetts and Connecticut, New Jersey, Delaware. But California is actually looking pretty good. Our peak average was 116.4 on December 20th. Or December 2020. So 2020 wasn't supposed to look like this. When the Pfizer and BioNTech vaccine first rolled out in the U.S. on December 14th, it promised a foreseeable end to what already felt like the eternal torpor. The hope predated the rise of the Delta variant, but it was also predicted on 2 assumptions: that a supermajority of adults would get vaccinated as soon as possible, and that we could endure a shuttered existence just long enough for that to happen. But the fast mutation of the virus, of the novel virus, could not have been prevented. And vaccine hesitancy, which just basically means a lot of people weren't really willing to get the vaccine, was arguably inevitable. So it was probably going to happen, according to this. As for the reflexive advance and retreat of reopening, I would hazard a guess that the May 13th Centers for Disease Control and Prevention edict that freed the fully vaccinated from wearing masks in many scenarios will not be looked upon kindly by the history books. So, let's see. So it does mean right now what needs to happen is that safety protocols will need to revert to those utilized in the earlier days of the pandemic, for as long as the data are anywhere nearly as bad or worse as they were than a year ago. So that's where we're at. We're hoping for it to be right now the end of the fourth wave, the last gasp of it, as they said. But in order to make sure that that actually happens, that it's not a fifth wave, and that things are going to stay shut down for even longer, that what we're going to have to do is revert back to really safe protocols, masking, social distancing. And with Christmas coming up and New Year's, it's going to be tough. And hopefully more people get vaccinated. I mean, evidence keeps coming out as to the efficacy and how good the vaccine is actually working. So, anyway, let's move back to, so that's where we are, and it's good to stay up with this. But I miss you all, and I hope you had a great holiday, and I hope that all of you were well and feeling well, and I will see you later on. Alright, ciao for now. If you have any questions, feel free to ask me anytime. Okay, bye everybody.